People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for having me. Now, happy birthday, Arsene Wenger. I'm all sure you've seen the other video. But on the topic of Arsene Wenger, I've actually been trying to avoid his comments in regards to Mesut Ozil and things like that. But Uno Emre's fired back. Now, in a sense, I wouldn't say it's fired back. I wouldn't say it's beef. I wouldn't say it's unneeded comments. Well, it is to a degree. Obviously, the papers are going to make it into something it's not. But for me, obviously, Wenger really loved Mesut Ozil. He brought him to the club. He defended him throughout the club. Got him to sign a new deal before he left and things like that. If you've been following Arsenal since Mesut Ozil's been here, you know Mesut Ozil's spoken about in extremes. I believe in the international break, Arsene Wenger was speaking about Ozil, and the full context of what he actually said was this. Obviously, this is what I found relevant. I believe that Germany need Ozil. Wenger told Sportsblind earlier in the week. I hope that Jurgen Low can convince him to come back. Ozil is a super footballer. He was not the worst at the World Cup. I do not love that he left Germany's national team because a small piece of motivation disappears when you know that you do not have to be ready for a World Cup or a European Championship. Personally, that comment, Wenger, it might not necessarily be wrong. There's some truth into that, but I do think you're a smart and intelligent man. And it does annoy me that you made that comment, firstly, because if you were still at Arsenal, you would really, I know you would hate if someone said that about Mesut Ozil, because you can see, regardless of what you're actually trying to say, and you can see the word motivation in Mesut Ozil and know where it runs. When you were at Arsenal, you rarely went anywhere without seeing Ozil and a following word or along that sentence saying motivation. The man is motivated. The man did want to win. Whether it's body language, whether it's looking at other world-class players and he's not producing that, we know what was said about him. So it's not necessarily the smartest of comments. And if you was a still Arsenal manager and someone else made this, it would annoy you. It really would annoy you. I can see how you could say a small piece of motivation leaves if you know you're not playing at a World Cup and things like that, or European Championship in that year. But I don't necessarily agree with that to a degree. Obviously, everyone wants to be playing at championships, but you still have club goals that you want to achieve. I'm pretty sure no footballer looks at in August and says, okay, my motivational levels are I'm not going to play at my best this season because I'm not going to a European Championship. You want to give your rules so you can go on a holiday and enjoy yourself to a degree. If anything, you could say some players worry a bit more or play a bit worse in a World Cup year because they're scared of getting injured or they're scared of the fixture pile up and what might happen to them and not willing to risk themselves. So there's two logics to it. And Uno Emery, for what it's worth, has come back and said he believes obviously the additional time off will help Ozil warm to his own tactical demands, and this is what I've actually found the quotation now. International breaks are not easy if you have to play 2 matches. When players stop this, maybe it can help them focus more for us with training and improving things. It could help Mesut to find our ideas more quickly. And that's true. I mean, Unai must be loving it, man, in the sense that, okay, Mustafi's not deserving of a German space in the side, but Mustafi, Lacazette, Mesut Ozil and a couple others here and there are not Bellerin, a core part of his squad are not being selected for their country, so that gives them more time to work. And we know, for instance, this week we're playing 3 games in a week essentially. Some of our players might be tired that have played at international football. Obviously, there's recovery times and all of these fancy schedules, but you've got to remember some of our players are probably flying all over the world and things like that. Like, I don't know where Uruguay. I'm so sure Torreira played Japan in Japan. I'm not too sure, and he's got to come back to London, for example. So there's no right to this. I just feel Wenger, while it's not necessarily the worst of comments and it's not a bad comment, you could have been a bit smarter because you know what is going to be said about it. To be fair with you, man, like, and Mesut Ozil's just turned 30. He's got 3-4 years, 5 years at best now, 2-3 at peak. Not even peak, but you guys know what I mean, like actual ability before he starts to decline. So it's now or never to try and win a whole league titles or major honours with Arsenal and do what he wants to do in his footballing career, because he's won the World Cup, he's won a league title in Spain. I'm pretty sure he'd like to. He's won 3 FA Cups here, so it's been a success. But I'm pretty sure he would like to get back in the Champions League, possibly win the Europa League, and possibly win the Premier League. Even if them things there look far fetched, but if you don't try, you don't know. And if that's not your motivation, then what are you doing at a top 6 club essentially? So yeah, man, I do think Wenger, happy birthday and everything's there, but I love you, granddad. But you could have done a bit better with them comments or been a bit smarter, because you know what's going to be said. Maybe you're going to be a bit tone deaf or a bit insensitive since you're not directly at Arsenal anymore, so you don't have to think. And maybe it was just a throwaway comment, but I still think it could have been. It wasn't said in a bad way. I just don't think the word motivation needed to have been used, or he could have phrased it in a different way as an intelligent man. But I've got nothing more to add, man. People, deluded. Thank you for watching and the rest of that, and I hope you're all having a splendid day, or if you're about to enjoy your day, make sure you smash it. DG, I'm out.